All right.
Bam!
We have to get this out of the way now. All right. This is the lip fur that my barber left on my face. Whatever he was supposed to give me a shave. He didn't really actually do the shave thing. He kind of buzzed it all off. It's still kind of scratchy. I'm gonna shave that off. I'm gonna shave that off too, because it's atrocious. But absolutely awful. But this feels better though, right? It looks better, less I'm being struck by lightning. Yeah, right. Anyways.
Future note to anybody who wants to get a shave from a barber. When you say you want to get rid of your beard, evidently that doesn't cover the mustache.
Yeah. Anyways, that's AJ.
That's Jeremy.
These are extraordinary times. Been looking around the internet today and yesterday, and
where else?
and it's very strange. Boston, I actually found out, is known as the drunkest city in America.
Really?
Yeah. That's
wow. I could think of a few others that might be contenders, but
well, yeah, they had a top 10 list of the drunkest cities, and Austin was number 5 or something, 4 or 5.
Not surprised.
San Antonio was number 7. Yeah,
really,
really weird.
Wow.
Really weird. Apparently, you really have to be on something to live in San Antonio. No offense, I love the Alamo. So see,
I need to talk about something in my blog about San Antonio. Anyway,
blog right here. Go watch. He's actually really funny.
Go figure.
But I actually brought up Boston because there's a lady up there, and it was Charlton. I think it's a suburb of Boston. The library there, the public library, got really, really ornery with a 5-year-old's book that was late. Which apparently a late library book, at least in the state of Massachusetts, is a misdemeanor. Overdue. Anyways,
theft of public property, I think, is what it amounts to.
Right. So misdemeanor. You might want to look that one up in case you actually frequent the library. I do. I have a 3-year-old.
I just do. Anyway,
he is a 3-year-old. And anyways, oh, I love you.
Zing.
Anyways. The librarians apparently became very concerned with this very, very late book. I don't think they mentioned how late it was, but they sent a police. Couple months. Okay. I found a Garfield book up in my stuff while I was going through it. There's some stuff in my house.
We found some books moving. They were like, "Oh, we should have returned these 3 years ago."
Yeah. So apparently we're both what's not felons, but misdemeanor, something.
Criminals?
Yes, right. Well, apparently we're all criminals in losing library books because the Charlton Police Department was called out to enforce this late book
from a 5-year-old.
Retrieval from a 5-year-old. They came and said, "We need your book back." And apparently this cop really didn't want to do it, but he was kind of told to. And when you're
says, evidently I'm the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah, he's really kind of upset that he had to go take a book from a 5-year-old. And so am I. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid.
And it does say that they had sent messages to the parents or whatever, but the parents said they never got it. And the one thing that popped in my mind about this is, why didn't you call them? If you call the parents, well, then they can't really say that they didn't, get contacted about this because, well, you have it on record, phone record. But if you're just sending them mail,
apparently legally correspondence by mail is more acceptable than a phone call.
Either way, you can at least be nice about it.
Well, yeah. But I learned that from debt collectors. Apparently, mail is legit correspondence and phone calls are BS.
Even though mail can be lost in phone calls. Hey, guess what? You can't lose a phone call.
Well, you can not answer a phone call.
Yeah, you can have phone record of it, though. But that's on paper.
Or audio recordings.
Right.
And you'd be like, hey, you're being recorded. Let's talk about stuff.
Anyway,
so that's absurd.
Right.
In case you didn't know.
Little note: we're on one step closer to the zombie apocalypse. Yay! I mean, bad or
I mean, bad.
Right.
Very bad.
Turns out we may have a lead on why bees have been dropping dead. Now, if you're not in on this, it turns out
I wasn't, by the way.
Entire colonies of bees have just been spontaneously kicking the bucket. You're attending your bees one day, go next day, and all dead. They haven't been able to figure out why, and they've found another possible clue. Turns out there's this little parasitic fly that's been laying its eggs inside worker bees. Those eggs then hatch into larvae, which crawl up into the bee's brain, and then have it fly out in the middle of the night and just die, where they can eat it and use it as fuel to become parent flies.
And hatch more little baby flies and other bees, and
can completely decimate a hive from what they're looking at. This is just something that's been barely discovered. They're actually surprised that they haven't found it sooner. So there's a lot of questions still unanswered. But I can say if we ever do lose the bees, then it's going to be a lot worse than we thought. I don't care if you don't like honey. It is a major product. Not only that, bees are what pollinate our crops. You lose the bees, you lose a lot of very important crops out there. There goes half the industry for American food supplies. Something we might want to get on before the zombie apocalypse.
Well, yeah, because we all know as soon as they kill all the bees, they're going to move on to bigger animals with bigger brains.
Right. The zombie apocalypse is going to start with flies, not a virus.
Apparently.
Heard it here first, people.
So you could die at any time, or not. Or not. Probably not.
The virus is not spread by bites because it's not a virus. It's a fly. It could be anyone.
Which brings us to a very terrible Jeff Goldblum movie. But moving on.
It's really scary, though. Anybody could be a zombie. It's not somebody that's just bitten.
Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden, they start shooting larvae out there. Done. I'm done with this story.
On to the next one.
This one is our mom of the week, at least. Probably mom of the year.
Already.
What are we? Well, 3 days in? 3 days in?
Like
4
days into 2012.
We're 4 days into 2012, and this is mom of the year. Like, so far, I'm putting this one in the running. Where is it? It was in Oklahoma City. This mom, and she's an 18-year-old mother, and people can say what they want about young moms, and the intelligence of young mothers, but this mom has a 3-year-old son, and some prowlers were coming around, knocking around outside her house. And, first thought you think when you hear that story is, oh, well, she an unwed mother, blah, blah, blah. No, her husband died of cancer on Christmas. And on New Year's Eve, these thugs who had been stalking her out for a while, at least a few days, came knocking on her house and trying to break in and whatever.
One of them with a 12-inch knife.
With a 12-inch knife. I standardly use a 12-inch diving knife for letter opening and whatever, and so those are big, hefty things. So big, scary things.
I've got some pretty big blades myself. They're intimidating.
Anyways.
Zing.
Yeah. Wow.
Really? I don't do these on
I'm in a rare state. But she, of course, called the cops first off, and then was on the phone with the 911 operator, and for like 20 minutes, and she was just talking to her, and while she's doing this, she gets a bottle for her son, gets her 12 gauge double barrel shotgun and a pistol, and goes into her room with her kid, barricades it, pops the bottle in his mouth, and is sitting there with the 911 operator on the phone, just sitting there, being like, "What do I do? What do I do? If he comes in my house, can I shoot him?" And I think this is the greatest like giving permission but not giving permission thing ever. The 911 operator, sweet old lady, says, "I can't tell you that you can do that," speaking of shooting him, "but you do what you have to protect your baby." And this very, very sweet 18-year-old mom had a guy with a knife, a 24-year-old guy with a knife, bust into her house. And good on you, she shot him and killed him.
She pulled that trigger.
She pulled it, and she killed him. And the other guy that was with him turned himself in, probably because he crapped his pants and couldn't run anywhere because his buddy just got blown away. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. Well, her husband died of lung cancer, and some guys are coming and picking on her, or whatever the heck they were doing. Whatever their motivation was, it was absolutely stupid.
There's an ongoing investigation. Cops are looking to see, if there was any evidence of premeditation. But from what everything she's saying, yeah, he's been stalking her for a while.
And
so
yeah, totally, just really kind of scary stuff. But I mean, they thought she was vulnerable, and well, you don't mess with moms in the Midwest, all right? You could break into
you don't mess with a mom with a shotgun. Jeez,
mom with a kid. That's that's crazy. So, her name's Sarah McKinley.
Good on you, Sarah McKinley.
On you, Sarah McKinley. I'll be honest. That's the kind of mom that you want when you're a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my mom taking me to soccer, and if you mess with me, she killed a guy, right? Yeah, your mom makes great cookies. My mom killed a guy.
Protecting me.
Protecting me. What? So yeah, good times. Living in a time when moms can protect their kids. They're allowed to still.
And that's the way it should stay. It really should.
Yeah. So
extraordinary times, definitely. He's Jeremy.
That's AJ.
And these are extraordinary times.
Beware.